He was 67, tired all the time, and struggling to open a pickle jar. Then his doctor handed him a strange little bag of seeds, something ancient, overlooked, and packed with power. 2 weeks later, his blood work lit up. His strength came back. And his confidence? Let's just say his wife noticed. What was in that bag? And why haven't you heard about it? Testosterone doesn't just vanish overnight. It fades, quietly, gradually, and dangerously. Most men over 60 don't even notice it happening. You get a little more tired after mowing the lawn. You lose a few pounds of muscle here and there. Then one day you're staring at yourself in the mirror, wondering when your chest started sagging and why your arms feel like rubber. Doctors call it andropause, male menopause. But no one talks about it because it's not dramatic. It's slow, sneaky, and for millions of older men, it robs them of their energy, strength, mood, and yes, confidence. Testosterone plays a role in everything from muscle building to fat burning to emotional resilience. When levels drop, you feel more anxious. Sleep gets worse. Bones weaken. Your body gets softer, and your motivation vanishes. The spark that made you feel like yourself starts to dim. Now here's the kicker. Most men are told to just accept it, that it's normal, that age equals decline. But that's flat out wrong. Because clinical research now shows that low testosterone can be reversed naturally, and not with synthetic hormones or risky injections, but with something far simpler, safer, and shockingly effective. Enter this forgotten seed. It doesn't grow in the West. It doesn't have a big brand behind it. And it doesn't come in a shiny supplement bottle. But what it does have is decades of research backing it, and a track record of boosting testosterone by up to 17% in 2 weeks naturally. And get this. It's been used for centuries by warriors and laborers in ancient cultures to stay strong, lean, and virile well into old age. So why haven't you heard of it? Because the modern food industry doesn't profit off of it. It's too simple, too natural, too effective to fit inside a pharmaceutical pipeline. But before we reveal exactly what it is, let's talk about what happens after testosterone levels start to rise. That's when your body starts changing again, only this time in your favor. Your muscle strength returns. Belly fat starts shrinking. That fire in your belly, the one you thought was gone for good, starts to burn again. And yes, your libido wakes up too. But none of this happens unless you feed your body the right trigger. Ready to find out what it is? Let's start with the first unexpected benefit this seed unlocks: muscle repair at the cellular level. When your testosterone levels start climbing, your body doesn't just feel better, it functions better. Testosterone acts like the conductor of your internal symphony. One of the key instruments it directs is protein synthesis, the process your body uses to rebuild muscle tissue after daily wear and tear. As testosterone rises, your muscles begin responding like they did years ago. Stairs feel easier. Grocery bags feel lighter. Even your balance improves, because stronger muscles mean better stability. And this is where the seed makes its grand entrance. Recent studies have shown that men who added this seed to their diets experienced a noticeable boost in muscle mass, especially in areas like the legs, back, and shoulders. The reason is simple. This seed doesn't just raise testosterone. It's packed with naturally occurring compounds like bioavailable zinc, magnesium, and powerful plant-based adaptogens. These are the exact elements your muscles need to rebuild and grow. Zinc plays a key role in testosterone production. Magnesium enhances sleep quality and speeds up post-activity recovery. And adaptogens help lower cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly robs your body of muscle and stores fat instead. What makes this seed so rare is that it carries all of these benefits in perfect balance, almost as if nature designed it specifically to help men remain strong and vibrant well into their later years. In one clinical study, men aged between 60 and 75 were given this seed as a daily food addition. They didn't start lifting weights or change their diet, just added the seed twice a day. By the second week, they started noticing improved stamina and less fatigue. By the third week, grip strength improved significantly. And by the fourth, many were walking faster, standing taller, and feeling more energized than they had in years. But there's one benefit that kept coming up in these trials: energy. Not the kind of jittery, artificial energy you get from sugar or caffeine. This was steady, reliable energy, mental sharpness, physical drive, the kind of motivation that makes you want to repair the shed, run errands with a smile, or take your grandkids out for a surprise picnic in the park. This seed doesn't cause a spike and crash. It gradually rebalances what aging, stress, and poor nutrition have slowly disrupted. It restores a kind of calm strength, an inner charge that works in the background day after day. And with energy and testosterone both rising, your metabolism gets a major kickstart. Your body starts using fat as fuel again. Muscles begin to firm up, and the slower, weaker version of yourself quietly fades into the rearview mirror. All of this from just one humble seed. Now, you're probably wondering, what is this seed? Where can you find it? Don't worry, we'll get there. But first, you need to hear about the cardiovascular benefits. Because the way this seed protects your heart, especially if you're taking medications or dealing with cholesterol issues, might be the most important part of all. Most people associate testosterone with muscles, energy, and maybe libido. But here's what many don't realize. Testosterone also plays a massive role in your cardiovascular health. In fact, low testosterone has been linked to higher levels of LDL cholesterol, increased arterial plaque buildup, and greater risk of heart disease in men over 60. Now, combine that with age-related stiffness in blood vessels and years of blood pressure medications, and you've got a perfect storm brewing silently in your body. That's why this seed isn't just about boosting strength, it's about saving lives. This ancient seed contains natural compounds that support vascular dilation, which is a fancy way of saying it helps your blood vessels open up and flow freely. When your vessels are relaxed and blood moves more efficiently, your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your blood pressure starts to stabilize, oxygen moves faster through your system, and most importantly, nutrient delivery to your muscles, brain, and organs becomes more efficient. In clinical studies, men who consumed this seed regularly experienced a significant improvement in endothelial function. That's the inner lining of your blood vessels responsible for regulating circulation and preventing clot formation. This means less strain on your heart and a reduced risk of the kinds of silent events, like microstrokes or sudden heart attacks, that catch seniors off guard. One 68-year-old participant described it best. He said, "After 4 weeks on the seed, I didn't just feel stronger, I felt calmer. My blood pressure wasn't spiking like it used to. I could walk longer without gasping for air. It was like my heart finally got a break." And there's another hidden benefit, nitric oxide. This seed naturally boosts the body's production of nitric oxide, a compound that signals your blood vessels to relax. This is the same mechanism used by top-tier heart medications and even athletic performance enhancers. But unlike synthetic pills, this seed does it gently, consistently, and without side effects. And the best part? These heart-boosting effects amplify everything else. When blood flow improves, your workouts, even if it's just walking around the block, become more effective. Your sleep deepens, your mental clarity sharpens, and even your mood lifts, because better circulation means better delivery of oxygen and feel-good chemicals to the brain. So if you've been dealing with high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, or just that tight, sluggish feeling in your chest after mild exertion, this seed could be the missing piece your heart's been craving. We've now seen how it builds muscle, boosts energy, and protects the most important muscle of all, your heart. But we're not done yet. Because next, we're diving into the surprising effect this seed has on sleep, mood, and brain clarity, especially in older men who think brain fog is just part of getting older. Trust me, what you'll learn next might completely change how you start your mornings. Here's a truth that sneaks up on millions of men over 60. It's not just the body that slows down, it's the mind. You forget why you walked into a room. You lose your train of thought mid-sentence. You get irritated over small things and snap at people you care about. Most brush it off as just aging. But what if it's not? What if your brain fog, crankiness, and poor sleep were all connected to one thing, low testosterone and elevated stress hormones? See, when testosterone drops, it doesn't just weaken your muscles or reduce energy. It directly affects your brain chemistry. It lowers dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter that fuels motivation and optimism. It disrupts serotonin balance, which impacts mood and anxiety. And it interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. The result? Poor sleep at night, brain fog during the day, and a constant feeling like you're moving through life in a slow mental haze. But here's where the seed shows up again, silently but powerfully. Within the first 2 weeks of adding this seed to their meals, men in multiple studies reported deeper, more restful sleep. Not because the seed knocks you out like a sleeping pill, but because it restores hormonal harmony. Your body naturally starts producing more melatonin as testosterone rises and cortisol drops. That means you're not tossing and turning all night, staring at the ceiling. You fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up actually feeling refreshed. And the daytime benefits? That's where things get interesting. Testosterone activates parts of the brain responsible for mental focus, memory retrieval, and emotional regulation. That's why as levels rise, you may notice it's easier to remember names. You stay calmer during stressful moments. You actually finish tasks you used to avoid. Your thoughts become clearer. And your mood? More stable, more positive, more like you. One man described it like this: I didn't even notice it at first. But after a couple weeks, my wife said I seemed lighter. I wasn't snapping. I wasn't groggy. I was laughing again. I didn't realize how foggy I'd been until the fog started lifting. Even better, the adaptogenic compounds in this seed help lower excess cortisol, the stress hormone that silently wreaks havoc on your mood, digestion, memory, and immune system. By reducing cortisol and supporting healthy testosterone, the seed allows your body and your brain to recalibrate itself naturally. It's not about becoming a different person. It's about becoming yourself again, the version of you that sleeps deeply, thinks clearly, responds rather than reacts, and actually enjoys his days without the constant mental weight dragging him down. And that's still not the end of this seed's impact. Because next, we'll look at something most men over 60 are too embarrassed to talk about, yet silently worry about every single day: libido, intimacy, and sexual performance. And what this seed does in that department, it's nothing short of extraordinary. It's one of the most uncomfortable conversations for older men, but also one of the most common silent struggles. You still care about your partner. You still feel attraction. But when it comes to intimacy, your body doesn't always cooperate. The spark fades. Performance becomes inconsistent. Confidence takes a hit. And the worst part? No one talks about it. Most men over 60 just carry the weight quietly, blaming stress, age, or just accepting that those days are behind me. But the truth is, this isn't about willpower. It's about hormones and circulation. And that's exactly where this forgotten seed steps in. As testosterone levels decline with age, libido naturally follows. But testosterone isn't the only piece of the puzzle. For intimacy to truly thrive, your body needs blood flow, stamina, and hormonal signals firing in harmony. This seed doesn't just nudge testosterone higher, it fuels the entire libido engine from multiple angles. First, it enhances nitric oxide production, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and allows for better circulation throughout the body, including to areas involved in sexual performance. This is the same biological pathway targeted by well-known prescription medications, but without the side effects or reliance on pills. Second, the seed's adaptogens help lower stress hormones like cortisol. Why does that matter? Because when cortisol is high, your body goes into survival mode and shuts down non-essential systems, including sex drive. By calming the nervous system and supporting emotional balance, this seed makes room for desire to naturally return. In a recent clinical survey, men who consumed the seed daily for 30 days reported a significant improvement in sexual desire, stamina, and overall satisfaction, not just physically, but emotionally. Many shared that intimacy started feeling connected again, not pressured or awkward. One man, 72 years old, said it best: "It wasn't about becoming 25 again. It was about feeling like myself again. I wanted to be close to my wife. I didn't feel embarrassed anymore. And she noticed. We both did." That confidence, the kind that comes from within, not from a bottle, is one of the most powerful gifts this seed gives. Because when your body starts to cooperate again, when you feel grounded, strong, and connected to your partner, something shifts. You walk differently. You carry yourself with more pride. And that quiet insecurity that used to creep in, it starts to disappear. This isn't about vanity. It's about vitality. Intimacy isn't just a physical act. It's a reflection of health, confidence, and joy. And that's why this seed's impact goes so much deeper than testosterone alone. But the benefits don't stop at libido. Because next, we're going to explore how this seed plays a surprising role in immune strength, inflammation reduction, and long-term disease protection. For men over 60, this could be the most important chapter of all. At a certain age, the body doesn't just slow down, it becomes more vulnerable. Cuts heal slower, colds last longer, inflammation lingers in the joints and muscles, and chronic conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and high blood pressure become more common, more persistent, and more dangerous. But what if one natural, overlooked ingredient could quietly fortify your body's defenses every single day? That's exactly what researchers have been discovering about this seed. Packed inside this small, unassuming plant powerhouse are bioactive compounds known as flavonoids, lignans, and omega-3 precursors, each one playing a different role in reducing inflammation, strengthening immune response, and protecting cellular health at the root level. Let's start with inflammation. As we age, inflammation becomes chronic. It's no longer just a response to injury. It becomes a background fire, constantly burning in the joints, the arteries, the gut, even the brain. It leads to stiffness, pain, fatigue, and worse, opens the door to disease. But compounds in this seed have been clinically shown to act as natural inflammation regulators, helping cool that fire from within. Men who added the seed to their meals twice daily reported fewer aches and pains, improved joint mobility, and better recovery from everyday physical tasks. One man said he hadn't been able to open jars or kneel in his garden for years, until this seed became part of his daily routine. But beyond pain relief, the seed works on a deeper level, your immune system. It boosts T-cell production, strengthens your body's first line of defense, and helps reduce overactive immune responses. This is especially important as you age, because your immune system becomes less responsive while simultaneously more prone to overreacting, causing issues like chronic fatigue or autoimmune flare-ups. In short, this seed helps bring balance. And there's more. Studies suggest that the lignans found in the seed may also reduce the risk of certain cancers by supporting hormonal balance and cellular repair. The seed's antioxidants help prevent oxidative stress, the silent damage that accumulates over years, accelerating aging and weakening vital organs. And those plant-based omega-3s? They support cardiovascular health, brain clarity, joint lubrication, and even mood regulation. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a foundational force. Think of it like this. Every time you eat it, you're not just helping your muscles or libido, you're helping your cells function better, your immune army grow stronger, and your body age more gracefully. And when your immune system is strong, inflammation is low, and energy is high. Life feels easier. You bounce back faster. You stay active longer. You become more resilient, not just physically, but emotionally. But here's the thing. For all these benefits to work, the seed needs to be prepared the right way. That's where most people get it wrong, and why the next section is so important. Because now, we're going to reveal what this seed actually is, and exactly how to use it to get the maximum effect, without wasting a single gram. You've seen how this seed helps rebuild muscle, boost testosterone, support your heart, sharpen your mind, revive your libido, and protect your body from the inside out. So what is it? No hype, no gimmicks. The seed is fenugreek. Yes, the same humble seed used in ancient Ayurvedic medicine for centuries. The same seed found in spice markets across India and the Middle East. The same seed modern science has finally caught up to, proving what traditional healers already knew. Fenugreek is rich in a compound called furanolinic saponins, which has been directly linked to increased testosterone levels in aging men. It's also high in magnesium, zinc, iron, and inflammation-fighting antioxidants. And it's one of the few natural substances shown to stimulate libido, improve insulin sensitivity, and help maintain lean muscle mass, all without synthetic hormones or drugs. But here's the catch. Most people use it wrong. That's why you hear people say, "I tried fenugreek and didn't notice anything." The truth is, the benefits of this seed only show up when it's taken the right way, in the right dose, and with consistent timing. So here's how to do it properly. First, whole fenugreek seeds need to be lightly soaked or ground before use. Dry seeds are tough and hard to digest. Soaking them overnight in warm water softens the outer shell, releases their active compounds, and makes them far easier on the stomach. Once softened, they can be eaten directly, blended into smoothies, or added to meals. You can even sprinkle the ground version over yogurt or oatmeal. If you're not a fan of the taste, it's a little bitter, like maple syrup with a bite. You can encapsulate the powder and take it like a supplement. The optimal amount, according to clinical research, is 300 to 600 milligrams of extract daily, or about 1 to 2 teaspoons of soaked seeds. That's it. Not a bucketful. Just a small, consistent daily dose. And consistency is the key. Most men in the study saw results within 2 to 4 weeks, but only when they stuck with it daily. It's not an overnight fix. It's a daily signal to your body that it's time to repair, rebuild, and reawaken. For best results, pair your fenugreek with a small protein-based meal, like eggs, nuts, or Greek yogurt. That helps with absorption and gives your body the building blocks it needs to put the seed's benefits into motion. And one last thing, be patient. Your body didn't get where it is overnight. But with the right support, it knows how to bounce back. It knows how to grow stronger. It knows how to feel good again. Fenugreek won't make you 25 again. but it just might help you feel like the strongest version of yourself. Clearer, leaner, sharper, more alive. And this is only the beginning. Because now that your foundation is being rebuilt, the next step is to unlock even more surprising foods that can reverse aging markers, supercharge brain health, and even protect your eyesight, all backed by science. Now that you know the seed and how to use it, something strange starts to happen. You notice the shift. Your body begins to respond. You sleep deeper. You move with more purpose. You feel like someone who's getting their edge back. But here's the thing. Testosterone is only one piece of the puzzle. There's another silent threat working against you every single day. And it's not about your muscles, your joints, or even your heart. It's hiding in your pantry, in your favorite morning drink, on your plate at dinner. And according to recent studies, it may be the real reason your eyesight's fading faster than it should. The worst part? 80% of seniors over 60 consume it every single day, without a clue. If you're rebuilding your health from the inside out, this is the next piece you need to know.